5 questions, 5 completely different ways of thinking. The questions may look different. The real test is identifying the idea before you calculate. If you have already attempted these questions, now compare your approach with mine. Keep practicing, keep improving. I'll see you in the next one. Let's solve. This is our one of the important question for your any examination. I would say please pause the video and try to solve this question. आई होप आपने वीडियो पॉज की होगी एंड यू ट्राई ऑफ सॉल्विंग दिस क्वेश्चन. बहुत बेसिक दो कॉन्सेप्ट से क्वेश्चन बना हुआ है. वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट्स. सो द फर्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट इज क्वाइट सिंपल. इफ वी हैव अ स्क्वायर विथ अ साइड ए, अगर हमारे पास एक स्क्वायर है विथ अ साइड ए, then the diagonal of the square is actually equal to a root 2, which is by the Pythagoras. This is the first thing. The second is the understanding of the figure. If we understand the figure, we can easily solve the question. Now, what is the figure? Let's think and understand. If we talk about this line, we have a 3 line. If we talk about this line and we consider the one important outcome, this is the diagonal. So the diagonal is equal to a root 2, where x the side x root 2. So let's redraw this line but with the some flip. So I'm going to redraw this line. We have this one is 15. Okay. Then we have 4. And then we have 20, isn't it? This is the figure. So this figure say the PQ. We are writing this figure is P and the Q. So we have a PQ which is given 15. Done. We have a QR. We have a QR which is given 4. And then we have RS which is given 20. And when we draw from the P to S, let's draw from P to S. When we draw from point P to S, we are going to get nothing but a diagonal. So we are getting the diagonal. So this PS is the diagonal. We again going to draw the PS here also. So let's draw the PS. We have a point P and the point S. We need to draw one straight line. So PS is our diagonal figure. We just need to find the diagonals in the terms of 14, 15, 4 and 20. So let's construct the line, extend the line. This is RS. So can we say this is the S dash? Q dash is also the 20. This is RQ. Just draw. All are the perpendicular. So we can say this is 4. If we consider in the triangle PS dash S, where this is 15 PQ, this is 20. So we can clearly say the PS dash is 35. And S dash S is the 4 because this one is a 4. So we need to find the PS. So the PS square as per the right angle triangle is actually equal to base square, that is PS dash square plus SS dash square, isn't it? The PS square we have to find. What is the PS dash square? That is 35 square. Plus SS dash square is the 4 square. Done. This calculation is equal to 1225 plus 16. This data is 1241, which is equal to PS square. So we can say the PS value is equal to 1241. And what is the PS value? Since we have a side of x, we have a side of x in a square, then the other side is x. So the PS as per this virtue is also equal to x root 2. It is fine. The PS is x root 2. So our final value is equal to 1241 divided by root 2, or we can easily say this data is 1241 divided by 2. And this is our answer. Based on the options, we can take the value of x, which is equal to side. So I used the basic two concept. The diagonal of a square is the x root 2 and the understanding of the figures. So whenever we have a right angle triangles, multiple times we flat the figures, we find the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle and we solve the question. This is our answer of this question.
This Independence Day, unlock your path to success. Get the AzuCAT Supermox Plus for CATs and full analytics. Only 999. Enroll now before August 17th.
This is an interesting question with the basic concepts, fundamentals का use. I would say please pause the video and try to solve this question. I hope आपने वीडियो पॉज की होगी, क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व किया होगा. एक किसी स्टूडेंट ने मेरे को इसका आंसर ये भेजा था Let's say, sir, we have this data, this data, this data, multiply left hand side. So we multiplied left hand side 3x, 5y, and the 7z, 7 raised to power z, is actually equal to 25 into 49 into 9. Now we have 3 raised to power x, 5 raised to power y, and the 7 raised to power z. We have rewrite in the better word 3s square, this is 5s square, and the 7s square. Sir, let's equate the base, so the power is common, so the x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2, and the z is equal to 2. So our value of x, y, z is 8. Look, answer in this question, in this condition, is perfectly fine, but the method is wrong, because in the surds and the log and some conditional formulas, can we put x is equal to 2 in here? So we can say the 3 raised to power x is equal to 25. That is condition number 1. So we put x is equal to 2. We get the 25. No. So the answer might be correct, but the method is wrong. We do not solve like this. If you solve like these questions in the product format, we need to put the values of x, y, z, that is the variables, again in the given condition, and we need to check ki condition sahi hai ya galat hai. Let's solve this question with the basic 3 conditions. Let's understand the basic funda behind this question. So we are going to use 2 concepts. First, if a raised to power x is equal to b, then the value of x in the search term, I'm not going to use the log term, in the search term, that is b 1 by x. The power when interchange the equal to, that's reciprocate. वो reciprocate करता है. You can use the log also. And the second concept I am using is the a raised to power x raised to power y. When we open the bracket, this is going to multiply. And the third and the basic concept, a raised to power x is equal to a raised to power y if a is not 1, not 0, and not negative. Means a is positive with some condition, that implies x is equal to y. So we have a 3 funda behind this question. These are all the basic question, or you can use the log. Let's start with the first given condition. We have 3 raised to power x is equal to 25. We use this as a basic concepts, and here the second concept we are going to use in the first property. We have 5 raised to power y is given 49. That implies 5 is equal to 49 raised to power 1 by y. The first. The third condition given is 7 raised to power z is equal to 9. That implies 7 is equal to 9 raised to power 1 by z. So we have a 2 outcomes here. The first is this outcome, and the second is the outcome for the 7. We are going to use this in the first outcome. Let's start with the given outcomes. If 3 raised to power x equal to 25, then we can write 3x is given nothing but 5 squared. Now use the value of 5 in this equation. So we can write the value of 5 is 49 raised to power 1 by y is the 5 and the square. So we substitute the value of 5 from the condition number 2. Let's open the bracket. So we have 49 raised to power 2 by y. Now the 49 is equal to nothing but 7 square. So we have 7 square 2 by y. Open the bracket with the second condition, that is 7. When we open the bracket, this is going to be the 4 by y. Done. This is the value of 3 raised to power x. Now 7 equal to 9 1 by z. Let's substitute. 7 is equal to 9 1 by z. The whole power is 4 by y. Let's open the bracket. 9 4 y into z, and the 9 is what? 9 is nothing but 3 square raised to power 4y by z. Let's again open the bracket. So we have 3. When we open the bracket, 2 2s are 8 y by z, and this data is 3 raised to power x. I set few condition. For the condition number 3, when the a is not 0, not 1, not some negative numbers, then when the base are equal, powers are equal. So from here, we can state that if we go from here to there, so we have base are equal, so the value of x is actually equal to 8 upon y into z. Let's cross multiply. Since y and z is are not 0, because if they are 0, they becomes 1. So we can say x into y into z is equal to 8, and this is our answer of this question. An interesting question with the simple outcome, basic concepts. We can use the log in solving this question. Definitely आपने solve किया होगा और इसका आंसर निकाला होगा.
Are you ready for the ultimate CAT 26 battle? Join our bootcamp starting this 15th of August. Get complete syllabus coverage and mentorship. Enroll now and let's crack it.
So this one is one of the most interesting question. I would say please pause the video and try to find the value of x if this condition is given. I hope you have tried this question and आपने solve किया होगा, value of x find out कर लिया होगा. We just need to do some observation. हम log लगा के भी question को solve कर सकते हैं. So what observation do we have? In the LHS, when we talk about, we have 1 plus 1 by x raised to power x. This is a LHS. In the RHS, we have 1 plus 1 by 10 raised to power 11. Here the condition is, we should have a common base and the common power. But here the base is 10 and the power is not 11. So we need to work in such a way that the denominator should be the same and the numerator should be same. So let's work on the RHS side first. Come here. So if we solve this question, this is 10 plus 1 divided by 10 raised to power 11, and this is equal to 11 raised to power 10 raised to power 11. I am going to use one concept. A raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 by a, or we can write x raised to power y raised to power m is actually equal to, when we reciprocate the base, the power becomes negative. We are going to use this outcome in this question. Here we can write 11 by 10 becomes 10 by 11 raised to power minus 11. Look, the base is more or less common. So, sir, you will say, no, sir, base is not common. Here we have 11, here we have plus 11. So let's do something. We want the base common. We have minus 11 power and the base should be minus 11. But you will say it is 11. So let's go with the minus 10. No issues with this. Or we want 1 upon x like this. Can we write this is nothing but x plus 1 divided by x raised to power 1? Can we write the same thing here? The base is minus 11, power is minus 11, and this is minus 11 plus 1, isn't it? Or we can write it in the way such that this is 1 plus 1 upon minus 11 raised to power minus 11, which is equal to 1 plus 1 by x raised to power x. An interesting outcome. We started with this data. We try to make the power and the denominator same. We move ahead. We find minus 11 and the base is 11 after converging and using this formula. We change the bases to minus 1, then the minus 10. When we write, we got this data. Here observe, when we have x, it is minus 11, power is x, it is minus 11. So we can brilliantly say, and with the observation, the value of x is equal to minus 11, and this is our answer. So an interesting outcome with the brilliant concepts. Here I would like to mention one thing. Always remember, 1 plus 1 by x raised to power x if is equal to 1 plus 1 by, here the value is a, so that is x, here it is a, and this is a plus 1. Remember, this is the case now. We have a 10, we have 11, we have a, we have 11. So outcome of the x is actually equal to, this is equal to a plus 1, but in the case of minus. So this is our outcome, minus a plus 1 is actually equal to x. Note it down. X is equal to minus a plus 1 if we have this condition. An important outcome of this question. Please make a note of this one. If you have any doubt, please comment.
Are you ready to crack SNAP 2026? Let's maximize your score and get you into those top colleges. Here is your complete guide to success.
This average question is the most conceptual question of this series. I would say please again pause the video and try to solve this question. I hope आपने वीडियो पॉज की होगी और क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश की होगी. I am going to give you the two basic concepts which is actually used in the real life, because average is also real life question. So let's start with the few concepts. If the entire group summation, we call it sigma, if the entire group summation, sigma of group should be minimum, हम अपने complete group को minimum कब करना चाहते हैं? आपका पूरा group सबसे कमजोर कब होगा? जब when your topper of the group is minimum. अगर हमें अपने ग्रुप को कमजोर करना है तो जो सबसे मजबूत आदमी है उसे कमजोर कर दो. दिस इज द रियल लाइफ ना, isn't so? And when we want our entire group, that is the sigma or the summation of group is the maximum, हम अपने entire group, अपने entire country को improve करना चाहते हैं. तरक्की तभी कंट्री की होगी जब जो लोवेस्ट पर्सन होगा वो मैक्स होगा. आई एम अगेन गोइंग टू रिपीट द कॉन्सेप्ट, ढंग से सुनना. आपके ग्रुप की तरक्की तभी होती है when you are going to improve the entire community, entire family, when the lowest one improves. अगर जो लोवेस्ट बंदा है वो इंप्रूव करेगा तो हाईएस्ट बंदा इंप्रूव करता ही जाएगा. बिकॉज अगर आप लोवेस्ट का इंक्रीमेंट करोगे तो हाईएस्ट बंदा धीरे धीरे ऊपर जाएगा, बिकॉज सबके सब इंटरकनेक्ट होते हैं. एंड व्हेन द हाईएस्ट बंदा, द मैक्सिमम पर्सन, द हाईएस्ट पर्सन को अगर हम डिक्रीज कर दे तो पूरी हायरार्की नीचे ब्रेक होने स्टार्ट होती है. व्हेन द हाईएस्ट इज मिनिमम, द एंटायर ग्रुप इज मिनिमम. व्हेन द लोएस्ट इज मैक्सिमम, एंटायर ग्रुप इज द मैक्सिमम. एंड इन द एवरेज, when the highest is minimum, this minimum occurs at the average of the group. When the lowest becomes the maximum, the lowest maximum becomes the average of the group. So maxima becomes the minima at the average, minima becomes the maxima at the average. These are the two important concepts which I want you should make a note, because ये बहुत important है. I have taken a complete class on this one in my maths classes. Anyway, आपने भी इसको सीख लिया है, अब इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करते हैं. So we have a 12 scores of a student. Say the score 1, score 2, score 3, score 4, score 5, score 6, and the 7, and the 8, and the 9, and 10, and 11, and 12. Assume we have written all these scores in the ascending order. Fine. So the score 1 is of the smallest person. The smallest score is the score 1, and the highest and the largest score is score 12. So the score 1 is the smallest one and the score 12. What is 11? The lowest 11 score is 51, the average. So we need to understand the average of S1 to S11. This average, say up to here, this average is given 54. So the average of, when we say the average is given 54. So can we say the total of this 11 is actually equal to, the total of this 11 is equal to 54 into 11, which actually equal to 4 and then 9, 594. So can we see the sigma of the group, sigma means summation of the group, is by this definition 594 plus the largest one, S12. किसी कोई डाउट? कोई डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए. What I personally believe. Because the first 11 average is given, we find the total of the first 11 average into number is equal to the summation, which is 594, 495 is the value. Now we need to work on the second data. The mean of the highest 11. Highest 11 start with the S12. Goes up to S2. Goes up to S2. The entire mean of these 12 datas, not datas but data, is given 60. So if the average of these 12 data, 11 data is given 60, so can we say the 60 into 11 is 660 is my entire summation of S12 to S2. So can we say in this terms we can find the summation of group is 660 plus S1. I am again going to repeat अगर आपको कहीं problem होती है तो. So we have these data summation given as per the average into number 594. In this data, when we add the S12, the highest one, we get the group का summation. हमने group का summation ले लिया. पक्का हो गया. Now we have the second data states that the largest 11 has the average of 60. So the summation of largest 11 is 60 into 11, 660. And we include the smallest part, that is S1. Now we need to find entire average 0 to 11. The entire group of the 12 students, the maximum possible mean exceed the minimum possible mean. Means we need to find the maximum possible of the mean and the minimum possible. Now understand the summation part first. We have S12, that is the highest. If we give the highest, the average value, we get the minima. So let's find the minima summation. So what is the minima summation? 594 plus the S2 highest, the lowest value of S2 is 60. I am again going to repeat. This group, the average is 60. If we give the largest number is the average number, we are going to find the minimum summation. So 594 plus 60 is the 4, and the 5, 654 is the minimum summation possible. This is the minimum summation possible. When we give the lowest person the average of the entire group, the lowest person has the group of average 54. When we give 660 plus 54, we have 4 and then the 11 and 7. 754 is the maximum summation of entire group. At average, we get the maximum or minima, but depends. If the average is given to the lowest person, we are going to find the maxima. If the average is given to the highest person, we are going to find the minima. Since this is the minima summation, so the average of the group we can find is 654 divided by 12 is the minimum average. Since summation is minimum, the average is minimum. When we find the average of the group with this data, we have 714 divided by 12 is the maximum average. And we need to find the maximum possible mean, which is average ka difference. We have to find the difference of these two. So let's subtract 714 divided by 12 minus 654 divided by 12. The base denominator is 12. We have 714 minus 654, which is actually equal to, the difference is 60 divided by 12 is the 5, and 5 is our required answer. So it has a basic concept. When we give the average to the maxima, we are going to get the minima. When we are going to get the average to the minima, we are finding the maxima. Bottom तरक्की करेगा तो group तरक्की करेगा. Top का बंदा अगर lose करेगा तो group lose करेगा. और ये तरक्की और lose, the improvement and the decrement happens at the average. Answer this question is 5. Again, the interesting question. I'm going to solve this question in the two method. One is the magic box and the other one is a crude concept which is used in this question. But I want, please pause the video and try to solve this question. I hope आपने वीडियो पॉज की होगी, क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व किया होगा. Let's start solving this question with the help of magic box. So we are going to create the magic box of the 3 by 3. So what is the meaning of 3 by 3 ka magic box? We should have a square of 3 by 3. So this one is r square of the 3 by 3. I'm going to put the magic box link in the description. आप जाना और देख लेना, बहुत ही famous video है और कैसे magic box बनता है when we have a horizontal, vertical and diagonal summation are same. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. This is our magic box. Summation of all is 15, 15, 15. Even diagonal summation is 15. We can create the magic box within 5 to 10 or 20 seconds. So I created magic box within 20 seconds, 5 seconds. प्रैक्टिस से ये 5 सेकंड में क्रिएट हो जाता है. डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक है, आप डेफिनेटली जाके मैजिक बॉक्स को देखना, ये बहुत बार एग्जाम्स में आते हैं. नाउ व्हाट इज आवर क्वेश्चन? We have 2 and 6 data given. So we have a 2 and 6 data given. The middle value is 7. So this value is 7 and we want the opposite of the middle value. So the opposite of the middle value, that is 3, is the answer of this question. बहुत ही simply and बहुत ही easy answer है. So answer of this question is 3. Hardly 5 to 10 second लगा and magic box बन के तैयार हो गया and we did solve the question with the help of magic box. Let's check solving this question with the help of concept. Now, we have data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Summation of all with the sigma is 9 into 10 divided by 2 is equal to 45. So we have 45 is the summation and it is said the summation of all horizontal and verticals are the same. So can we say if we go with only the horizontal summation, the entire summation is 3s. So which is equal to 45. Summation of all numbers is 45. 3s is 45. Summation is SSS. So the sum value of either horizontal, vertical or diagonal is 15. So we got the data is 15. The pre-filled data is 6 or 9. And we need to make the all summation is how much? 15. We need to make all the summation is 15, 15, 15. Even the diagonal is 15, vertical is 15, and the 15 and the 15. So you remember, we use the digit, and to make summation something which is 15 is a game termed as Kakudo. Since we have 6 and the 2, summation is 8. To make 15, this data should be 7. यहाँ पे 7 होगा. To make, now we need to work on the horizontal and vertical. Since we have 7 and we want 15, so remaining data is x is 8. Summation of two number is 8 happens with the 1 7, 2 6, 3 4, 3 5 and the 4 4. We cannot repeat the numbers, but since 7 is already present, we cannot repeat these numbers. Again 2 and 6 is taken out, so we cannot use this number. So we left with either 3 or the 5. So this data is either 3 or the 5 or the vice versa, 5 or 3. Vice versa, we do not know what is going to happen. Never. Now since we have a 2, we need to make 15. We need the summation of the these two values should be 13. 13 with the 1 to 9, we can use 9 and the 4, the one combination. We can use 8 and a 5, the another combination. We can use 7 and a 6, and the another combination is becoming 13. We cannot use 6 and 7 because 6 and 7 is already used. We cannot repeat the values. Can we use the 5 and 8? No, because 5 is going to used here. So we left with either 4 or the 9. So this data is 4 or the 9 or the 9 or the 4. Done. We work with the horizontal and got all the combinations. Now we work on the diagonals. Since we have 6, we need to make 15. We need 9. If we take 3, we won't have a 6. If we take 5, we have 4. Yes. So we got 9. How comes? Here we are going to take 5. Since we have a 6 and then the 4. This is the diagonal come. We have 7. We have 5. Then this data is 3. This data is 2 and the 4 and the 9. So we got all the visual values here. The question mark is 3 is the answer as per the crude calculation summation. And we get other values also. Since we have 9 plus 5 is 14. And we want 1 here. Here we have 7. We want 8 here. So we get all the data based on our crude calculation. But I would love to say must watch the magic box. The link is in the description. It is going to help you in all the examination, all the real life. If these questions made you think differently, this session has done its job. Don't remember the answer, remember the approach. More challenges are waiting in Gateway to IIMs Quant Final Lab. Keep practicing, keep improving. I'll see you in the next one.